Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hoirul Fajar bin Aswadi and my matric number is 1201481. Today I will present my case review with the case of XZH versus MFMY regarding to pseudo session about claim of child maintenance. First is the fact of the case. The plaintiff and defendant in this case were married on 25 October 2004 at the Klang Islamic Religious Office, and the couple were divorced on 7 August 2021 at the Sharia Subordinate Court in Klang. Plaintiff and defendant have been blessed with 3 children, namely MF, MAF, SMF, and NQNMF. In this case, the plaintiff is claiming maintenance for the 3 children as stated. But in this case, the plaintiff and defendant were set to attend a settlement session on August 21 on 2019. But the case did not reach a resolution from the settlement discussion with no attendance report. So this case was mentioned for the first time on 18 September 2009, attended by the plaintiff and defendant alone. Then on to 23 October 2009, the defendant filed a statement of defense following the disagreement with the plaintiff claim next on November 25, 2019. Next is the parties involved. First, the plaintiff, which is XZH, and second, the defendant, who is MFMY. Next is the issues involved. There are 3 issues involving to this case. The first issue is whether the defendant is responsible or not responsible for child support based on Sharia law and law. The second issue is the amount claimed by the plaintiff is reasonable amount to meet the needs to the child. And the third issue, which is the last issue, is whether the defendant is financially and health capable to provide maintenance for the children welfare and educational needs based on the liability and the dependency of the defendant. Next is the arguments of the parties. For the first issue, there isn't any argument by the parties, which both the parties admit that the defendant is responsible for the child. They just give a statement that the first child is an illegitimate child. So, they question is the defendant responsible or not to give support for the first child. For the second issue, the argument is about the amount that needed for the children. Among the things discussed by the plaintiff is in terms of food and drink, which is RM 300 Malaysian ringgit for each person. Education and learning, which is 15 Malaysian ringgit per month. Accommodation, which is as much as 100 Malaysian ringgit. And in additional, the plaintiff also claimed annual maintenance. For the annual maintenance of the children, the plaintiff has not demanded payment of maintenance for the needs of the celebration and also the initial preparation of the child's schooling. For the third issue, the defendant argues that he can't support the children. The plaintiff has informed the court that the defendant works as a truck driver at Econ House in Berhad, and it is also stated that the defendant is now supporting a wife. The court saw and based on the defendant's salary slip as a truck driver is around 1,200 Malaysian ringgit per month, and there are incentives received based on paid trips. So usually the defendant's income can reach around 4,000 to 6,000 Malaysian ringgit per month. Since the plaintiff himself is not sure of the exact estimate of the defendant's income, it is quite difficult for the court to determine precisely based on the defendant's ability and salary. Next, the court decision. After the court examined the plaintiff's summons and statement of claim dated 18 April 2019, the defendant's statement of defense dates on to 23 September 2019, the answer to the plaintiff defense dated on to 25 November 2019, and after hearing the testimony of the plaintiff, the defendant, and the testimony of the witnesses who have been presented together with the written argument of the parties together with the authority presented, the court hereby decide and order as follow, which is the first, the court approved this claim, which based on Section 74 enactment of the Islamic Family Law Selangor State 2003. Second, the court ordered the defendant to pay monthly maintenance for 2 children as follow, which MAF SMF and NQNMF 250 ringgit Malaysia per month. And the third is, with the consent of the defendant, the court ordered the defendant to bear the maintenance of the child named BM, which is their illegitimate child, amounting to RM 200 per month. The elementary payment must be deposited into the plaintiff RHB account number before or on the 3rd of every month until another order is issued. And lastly, my comment for the case review. For the case of SZH versus MFMY, I think that the case is very simple and very straightforward. The only things argued by the party is the maintenance to the children. The case can be done easily if both parties attend the solo session that was appointed by the court, but both the parties do not attend. For example, if they attend the solo session on the 21st August 2019, they does not have to go through all the litigation process to come out with the resolution of the dispute. They can discuss by themselves with the solo officer about the amount that should be paid by the defendant for the child maintenance. So that's all for my case review presentation. Thank you.